Hey, what's going on, guys? So everyone is talking about it. Prices. What are things costing? Is everything going up? So I thought it would be a perfect time to do an updated video on the cost of living in Fort Lauderdale. So let's check it out. So as we get into this, if this is your first time here to the channel, welcome. And my name's Rob Zeoli. I'm a licensed real estate agent right down here in South Florida. And I put out weekly videos and content about what it's like to live, what it's like to play, and to relocate down here to the South Florida area. And I really have a passion doing these videos and sharing this information, but more than anything, what I love to do is to help people just like you with their real estate needs. So my information will be popping up down below as we get into the video. And if you have any questions about anything we talk about in this video or about any of the areas, just go ahead and reach out, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can to discuss your needs and what type of information that you need. Now, also, if this information is something that you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below and tap the little bell to be notified whenever I go ahead and drop a new video. So, prices, cost of living. Now, I'm not someone who really checks prices when I shop. I actually asked my wife a couple of weeks ago. I said, hey babe, are prices going up? Have you noticed that when you're shopping? And she's like, Robbie, hello, yes, everything is going up. Everything is getting higher. Now, I just went shopping the other day actually, and I bought salad. So we love to eat salad. We eat tons of salad. I actually hate making salad, cutting it up and cleaning it and all that type of stuff. So I usually buy prepared packages of salad. Now I shop in Publix. They're always having specials, and when I bought them, 2 for $7. And I was like, wow, 2 for $7. I can't remember the last time that I went shopping. I'm talking years. It's always been 2 to $6. So gone up $1. I'm not sure what that is in percentage, but I know it's $1 more, and that's a pretty nice bump, $1 extra on 2 bags of salad. Now, I did notice gas prices obviously going up throughout the year. Now, everyone is talking about inflation. I mean, you have to be living under a rock if you haven't heard people on the news and just the word inflation being talked about over and over and over, because obviously it's a real thing. It's going up, and prices are going up everywhere, not just here in South Florida, but everywhere across the country. Now, I'm going to read to you some of the stats that I found in preparation for this video. So inflation has exceeded 5% every month for 7 straight months. Gas prices have gone up nearly $1 in price from a year ago. Grocery prices are up about 6.5%. Even pay-per-views are going to, order a fight on pay-per-view. Even those costs are going up. So what I figured I'd do in this video is not go really over percentages, but I'm going to just lay out a list of all the expenses that I pay here in this area, right in the heart of the Fort Lauderdale area. So this way you can get a very good idea of what your cost would be if you decided to move here. Now, I'm going to start just by reading some general statistics on the cost of living in the Fort Lauderdale area. So let me put on my spectacles for this one. And this is what I am going to be reading. Hope you could see that. I'm not sure how that's centered in the camera. Got my big fat fingers in the way, but this is what I'm going to be reading right now. Okay. Now, this cost of living is based on an index of 100. So anything over 100 would be higher than the national average, and anything lower would be lower than the national average. So Broward County, the greater Fort Lauderdale area, overall, we have a number of 112.3, a little bit higher than the national average, and Florida in general is 102.8. Grocery costs, 107.1 for greater Fort Lauderdale. Healthcare costs, 96.8. Housing, 116.5 compared to the national average of 102.6. The median home cost is around $315,000, a little bit higher than the national average. Utilities is around 97.2. Transportation is at a whopping 133.5, and we'll talk about why it's so high down in this area. And miscellaneous is 102.2. Now, that information I just read was from a website called bestplaces.net. Not entirely sure if that is updated for 2022, but if you want to get some information about this area or any other area throughout the country, it's a pretty useful resource, and I think it's bestplaces.net. So let's start off with housing, and that's always going to be your biggest expense when it comes to factoring the cost of living. Now, it's very hard for me to give you a general number because there's, I think, 31 different cities here in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, and they're all different. Now, if you want to get more information or more specific about a certain area, go ahead and look back at some of the videos that I've done previously, or get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to send that information your way, depending on where you're looking, because again, things are always different in every different city here in the county. So property taxes are roughly 1.8% of your purchase price, or 1.65% of the purchase price if it's going to be your homestead and you get the homestead exemption. Homestead means that it's going to be your primary residence, and that'll kick in after your first year of ownership. So on the Broward County Property Appraiser's website, they have what's called a home buyer's tax estimator. You punch in the price of the home, and it'll tell you what the taxes would be. So for a $500,000 home, it'll be $9,005, and after your first year, if you have your homestead exemption, it would be $8,166. There's also other exemptions that you can pop in depending on your personal situation. They have some for widowers or veterans or someone that's disabled. So again, going to the property appraiser's website for any county will give you much better information and a lot more accurate information as far as property taxes. The next item as far as expenses when it comes to housing is homeowners insurance. Now, homeowners insurance is very, very subjective. A lot of factors come into play. Size of the home, the age of the roof, the age of the house, a lot of different things. So I thought it would be better to give you a real world example as far as homeowners insurance. So I just did a recent closing, and I'll read to you exactly what the insurance was. So the home was a $589,000 house purchase price. Home had a pool. It was 2,200 square feet under air, and the premium, the homeowners insurance premium, was $5,000. And this is for a home that did not have all the credits that you would get for wind mitigation and hurricane protection. It wasn't rated an A rating, so you're not getting all the discounts that you would if you had a better rating. So down here in South Florida, what they're going to check obviously is the age of the home, the age of the roof. They're going to check how the actual roof shingles are attached, or roof tiles are attached to the actual roof. They're going to check to see how the actual roof decking, the sheathing that everything's attached to, how that is attached to the roof framing. They're going to check to see how the roof framing is strapped and attached to the structure of the house. Things like that. They're going to check all your windows. They're going to do what they call a wind mitigation inspection. It checks out your hurricane protection, whether you have impact windows, whether you have shutters, how they're rated. All of this will factor into if you're going to get all the discounts afforded to you, and if that's going to lower your premium. One thing would impact windows, you have to realize, is that you don't get partial credit for having some impact windows and some not, or even if one is missing, you don't get the credit. So if you have everything done as impact and one window or one door is not hurricane rated, you will not get the credit for having the impact. That's just the way it works, because if a branch or a piece of wood comes through that window and gets into the home, that's really all the wind or the hurricane needs to really destroy the house. So everything has to be impact, and you have to have protection on all the windows and doors. So I'd love to give you a more accurate number for homeowners insurance, but it's really subjective and has to do with the home. Again, the age, the condition, and the type of hurricane protection that you have on the home will determine what your insurance premium would be and what discounts you would get as far as your hurricane protection. So now I'm going to just jump in and read what my bills are, give you a very good idea. I live in a 2-bedroom home, just me and my wife. All the kids are gone already, so our bills are kind of low. So if this is your situation, this would pertain to you. So for my utilities, my water bill, monthly, or the last month was $67. My electric bill was $110. Now, let me contrast that with someone that I know who will be nameless right now that have a big family. 6 kids, husband, wife, 2-story home. They are about 2,200 square feet, 2 separate air conditioning zones and air conditioning units. So their water bill per month is between $80 and $150 per month. Their electric is between $250 and $375. So big difference between my situation and having a bunch of kids and a bigger family. Obviously, you can see that things would be higher. Now, if I lived in their house, the electric bill would be much higher, which is why I don't want to name them, because when I go over there for family gatherings and things like that, if they're not looking, I might turn up the air conditioning or turn down the air conditioning quite a bit. They usually leave the home at 78, which is, to me, it's kind of hot. Mine is at 72, so obviously, that's another factor that will determine what your electric bill would be. So hopefully they're not on to me about adjusting their air conditioning, and this will be a secret. So what if you have a house with a pool? So you can expect pool service per month would be about $90, and they usually come twice a month just to put some chlorine and vacuum the pool out. So it'll be about $90 a month. Your lawn care. If you have a single family home, you're going to need your lawn to be cut. Now, the cost is around $80 a month, and usually that'll be about twice a month that they will come, and especially in the summertime because the grass grows like weeds down here. Some people, like myself, when I first moved here, you want to try to save a couple of bucks, would try to do your own lawn care or cut your own grass. Some people think it's like therapy. I can tell you right now that after doing it for a couple of months when I moved here, I needed therapy. So most people will have someone doing the lawn because it's very, very hot cutting your lawn here in the summertime. So $70 a month, roughly. I'm sorry, $70 to $80 a month, roughly, for the lawn. Now, for those of you that have young kids, how about childcare and daycare center? So roughly about $500 per month. Now this is going to vary depending on the place that you pick and also on the amount of children you have at the daycare. Now, how about internet and cable TV? So for me, I pay $182 per month for cable internet. I have Comcast. I have high-speed internet, about 600 megabytes. I think 4 boxes, separate boxes, different rooms. And I have, basic package. I have HBO, Showtime, Stars, nothing fancy, but do have those extra channels. $180 per month, and depending on the channels you have. There's other providers that you can also go to. I've tried all of them. AT&T's down here, Bluestream. I think Comcast is the best. Not the easiest company to deal with, especially if you're going to be calling up to get someone on the phone. I think that's like all of them, but I tried all 3 of those, and Comcast definitely, in my opinion, the best one, and especially for me that needs a good signal and I work from home. Comcast is my pick, but you can check all the other ones out as well and get prices and compare. Now, how about tolls for those of you that are going to be commuting? So the tolls here are roughly between 50 cents and $1.25. Now, depending on where you're going and where you enter and exit the freeway. Now, this will be for the Turnpike and Sawgrass Expressway. Interstate 95 does not have tolls unless you want to buy a special one where you can use the express lanes. Now, I don't know how they work the tolls, and depending on where you get on and off the Turnpike, you'll get charged. I did a recent trip going up from Broward County, which is Fort Lauderdale, all the way up to Port St. Lucie, which is about 90 miles. I think it's 90 miles, about an hour and a half trip. The total for all the tolls going up and back was about $3.50. So not too expensive. Also, you need to buy a responder, like it's a little sensor. They cost between $14 well, $4 and $14 depending on the type that you get, and that's what you do. That sticks to your windshield and will read your vehicle as you go through the tolls. If not, it'll read your plate and send you your bill in the mail. It's always a little more expensive if you do toll by plate, but that's what it costs for tolls if you're going to be commuting. How about gas? Well, obviously everybody knows that gas is going up. Right now in our area, gas is roughly $3.20 per gallon. So how about car insurance? Now, we have very high premiums here in South Florida. Insurance companies say that's because of our storms, an obvious risk to cars during storm season, and a lot of high-risk drivers. They consider seniors and tourists and college students that don't know the area high-risk drivers. So for me, I have Progressive. I pay $225 per month, which is $2,700 per year. This is full coverage. I have two vehicles, me and my wife. We have a Lexus SUV and also a Ford Edge SUV. We both have excellent driving records. And again, $225 per month or $2,700 per year for car insurance. So how about groceries? Now this is what we pay, or I pay, in a supermarket in this area, Greater Fort Lauderdale in South Florida, called Publix. It's probably the most popular place to go shopping or supermarket. Obviously there's Costco and Sam's Club and a lot of those BJ's, a lot of those clubs like that where you can go. I think you get better deals, but you got to buy in bulk. But normal shopping in Publix. So for a gallon of milk, it's $4.87. For a box of Cheerios, I think it's like 10.5 ounces, $4.55. Chicken breast, $5.53 per pound, and this is Publix brand. Ground beef, $5.19 per pound. Eggs is $5.09 for a carton of 18. The little Lunchable packs for the those of you with kids, $3 to $3.50 depending on the size of the Lunchables. And beer, so let's say beer, $24 for a case of Bud Light. So I don't know if I missed anything, and I thought it would be better if I just read off this list about what I pay and other people pay similarly, as opposed to giving you some percentages and things from the internet and statistics. This is exactly what my bills are, so hopefully that helps and sheds some light on what you can expect to pay for stuff here in Fort Lauderdale. So I want to thank you for spending some time with me, and hopefully this information was valuable to you and you got something out of it. And again, if there's anything that I can do for you as far as your real estate needs, that's what I really love to do. But in order to do that, you gotta reach out. So again, my information will be popping up down below. You can reach me 24/7, and I always look forward to helping and talking to new people. And until the next time, guys, as always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.